Hey guys, so we're going to do the monthly tarot read for November for Gemini. So let's see what's going on. You know, I have a lot of friends who are Gemini. That's one of the things. Ever since childhood, I've always had Gemini friends. A lot of times they turn into best friends and things like that, but a lot of Gemini friends and everything. Or they have a placement of Gemini, which is really interesting. And I'm not sure why, because Gemini is my 8th house. But that's the things. I've had a lot of Gemini friends over the years. Okay, so we're going to focus on your reads. We're going to be reading from multiple decks. And we're going to pull 3 from the Rider-Waite to kind of set the tone and energy for the month of November. Okay. Focus on Gemini. Gemini, what do you have to say to me here? Okay, so we're going to cut the deck right there. Looks good. What's the 3 cards we can look forward to in November? Let's see what we got. Ooh, some tough cards here. Let's see some tough cards. So one of the things, looking at Gemini, we've got the Hierophant in the reverse position. He is the spiritual teacher and so forth. So one of the energies, I kind of look at that. Let me pull you up just a little bit higher here. For the month is really, it's time to get back into some those deeper spiritual teachings and so forth, and really connect with the spirit. I feel like looking at the Knight of Swords energy, we've been dealing with a little bit of kind of depression and sadness and worrying about things, maybe overthinking them. Obviously, that's a sword energy, which is air sign. So Gemini can do that. They can kind of worry a lot and overthink things too much. So this is a good time. We really got to connect with our spirit. I feel like that's one of the things we haven't been doing that, and we've been neglecting that area. So we need to get that done. And then also, I do have the upside is the Page of Wands here, getting connected with your passion again and so forth, and realizing you're a magical being. Notice the Page of Wands, what are they holding? A magic wand and so forth. So I really look at this as spiritual teachings, kind of connecting with them. Read some spiritual books during this time. You know, connect with your spirit, do some meditation and so forth. I feel like you're losing your belief in some things. You know, you've been kind of like with life getting in the way and causing a little bit of depression there. I feel like one of the things is, you know, you're kind of like, I don't know if I believe in this stuff anymore. You know, I don't know. Things aren't working out. So we got to change our attitude really quickly to be able to fix that. But definitely don't stop believing in the spiritual, because it all makes sense in the end, right? It's going to all make sense in the end. So really, you know, get those books out, read those positive affirmations. And I know it can seem like that, you know, sometimes, hey, my essential oils aren't working, my crystals aren't working and stuff, but you got to keep doing it. It inevitably clicks one day. You know, that's the thing. So don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. And we're going to pull some Thoth energy here for the month as well. Get that energy in there. Remember, this is a collective reading, so take with what you want. And also, if something doesn't resonate, you don't have to force it to resonate. So it might be bits and pieces resonate. And that's what happens with the collective reading. Or the entire thing may resonate. Okay. Let's pull from the middle. Okay, let's cut the deck right there. Nice clean break. So let's see what cards we get going on. Yeah, I see that Gemini, that fast thinking and so forth. What we've got here going on. So one of the things, The racing thoughts. When I see the Knight of Swords energy, I can see the racing thoughts. And that is affecting with that Nine of Swords energy there. We got to slow our thoughts down. We really need to take this time to really meditate and not overthink things and get frustrated with them. I do also have another sword energy here, lots of air stuff, the futility card. So I feel like when I look at that energy, I feel like some things that we have been doing are not working and stuff. And one of the main things is that overthinking things, you know, and expecting the worst things to happen, and a lot of fear and dread and so forth. We got to let that go. And that's why we got to connect to our spirit again here. We got to connect to our spiritual self, which is really important. And don't let the physical world overcome you and press you down. We've got to work on that. But see, I love this, the Eon here. This is a judgment card, but this is also the resurrection card. So especially we can resurrect from all this and get to a better place, because look at this over here at the end is the Chariot, which is the victory card. So I have a good feel that there's just something is going to snap, something's going to click, and you're going to get finally some relief from some of this bit of depression that you've been going through, you know, expecting worse things to happen. It kind of also makes me feel like some things have happened over the last few months that have been a challenge and that have brought you down, and just kind of losing hope. I get this. I feel like I've been losing hope on some things because some bad things have been happening to me and they've been a real challenge. But then I get this boost with this resurrection card. Like if you, and I really feel strongly, if you really lean on the spiritual, you know, and really, you know, kind of get into the maybe even traditional lessons, you know, of the spirit and everything, and just really incorporate them, you know, it's going to make a huge difference. And that's what's going to bring you your victory with that Chariot energy right here. Okay. And one of the things about the Chariot energy, if you kind of notice, it's the divine that really drives the Chariot. Ultimately, it's the divine that drives the Chariot. So sometimes we just got to kind of surrender and let the higher self drive, let the spirit drive, and everything else. Let's look at relationships. And we've got some challenges here. Will the relationships be good though? I remember, like I said, it's a collective read. Take with what you will. And you can claim, well, we've got some challenges here. Okay. So for some of you, Gemini, I've got the Eight of Cups energy, which could be walking away, that you are in a relationship right now that is no longer serving. And maybe that's part of the reason we got a little bit of depression, racing thoughts, and worry, and overthinking some things. But one of the things is could be some angst that maybe it's time to walk away from a relationship that is no longer serving. So I feel like some of you are going to kind of face that, you know, that this is kind of bringing me down here. And that could be your resurrection, which makes perfect sense, and so forth. And another reason to cling to the spiritual and so forth. One of the things about when they walk away from all these attachments and things that no longer serve, they get on the spiritual path. There is definitely a call to action to be getting on the spiritual path, or back on track, I should say, because I feel we're always on a spiritual path. We really are, and everything. And then I've got that Prince of Pentacles energy. So I feel like some of the male Geminis and so forth, especially they too will be considering a walk away moment. They may feel like they have been closing off for a certain reason with that Four of Pentacles energy kind of, you know, turning in and so forth. I would actually like to pull another card for that for some of my male Geminis. Yeah, see, I've got that Hermit card. And that may be a call that it's time to spend some time alone. Sometimes we need to do that. I definitely feel like a get on a journey and kind of spend some time alone. That maybe this isn't the best time for relationships. There's a lot of soul searching in here. When I tune into this energy, really needed to do some soul searching. And then for the females, the Empress in the reverse position, you know, that, you know, the Empress, of course, loves love, wants love, and everything like that. But the Empress also knows when it's time. It's time to put the self first. So I definitely feel for relationship-wise, I'm not saying all relationships have to end, so don't get me wrong. Some of you, you do need to walk away. But some of you just need to take some time for you. You may have been too absorbed in a relationship that you're losing yourself a little bit, okay? And so there's this call and there's this surfacing of energy that I've been losing myself along the way. I need to reconnect with who I am. I've got some deeper things that are coming to surface that maybe it's best to face on my own. That kind of energy is what I'm getting from Gemini, especially the Gemini male. Especially the Gemini male, but that also can go for the female as well. We're going to pull some angel energy at the foundation and kind of see what we get here. Look at that. Knight of Air popped up again. The racing thoughts. I'm telling you, Gemini, you think too much. You think too much. And there you go. This is good. This is some good stuff here. Yeah, there's definitely a call. We've got the racing thoughts again. Spirit's really emphasizing we've got to slow down, you know, the thoughts that are going on here. We're overthinking things too much, and your mind is becoming your own worst enemy. And that's why we got to work on the Four of Air energy, which is about take time, relax, meditation, take time for you. There is definitely a call to kind of step back. If we've been having relationship problems, we got to step back and take care of ourselves. That's just, and the person may think you're being kind of selfish and so forth, but you need to take time for you. There is definitely a call to put the focus on yourself first. And I feel like with that Nine of Water energy and stuff, and then also combined with the Eight of Fire, that this is going to really pick up the momentum in your spirit, and you're going to get in a much more beneficial place. So I feel at the beginning of the month, some racing thoughts, some worry about things. We've been stressing, but then when we get to the end of the month, and as long as you like really, take some time alone and connect with the spirit again and so forth, I feel getting into a real good place by the end of the month. I feel we get to a better place. And like I said, some relationships may end during that time, or maybe we just take a break. Some may not necessarily have to end, but maybe I could take a break and just take some time for me and stuff. And maybe you do need to tell them, hey, I need to work on myself. Sometimes I think it's a cop-out, I'll joke about it in the group, but there are times it's a real thing that people need to work on themselves. So let's go ahead and pull from some Oracle to get some energies in there. I like the story beginnings. It's real good universal energies. There you go. Wow, I've been getting that card for a lot of people. Yes, yes. So I've got the card Feel and Release, okay? So this is a time you like really go within, feel and release. Release all you've accumulated on this journey, okay? And I look at that Eight of Cups energy, that is kind of an accumulation and an attachment type of energy. Shine love on fear. So try not to be afraid. The Nine of Swords energy can be very fearful, and we can't be afraid. And look at that, the card You Are Worthy. You are worthy. So you are worthy to have good things in your life and to be in a good place and so forth. And you can achieve that. You don't have to be stuck like this. Let's pull from the Lover's Oracle and pull a couple cards for that one. Okay, so interesting. I've got this card. Okay, and it says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So I feel some of you, there's definitely relationship that is worth preserving for some of you. Just step back and work on yourself. If you continue in the relationship, not dealing with the inner turmoil that you're going through, it's going to affect it. So, and this person I feel really loves you and will allow you to step back and take a little bit of time for yourself, which is going to lead to a new beginning. So a new beginning that is going to happen for the relationship, which could strengthen it. So some of you may feel as you're going through this, you're going through similar things, those in relationships that are on the verge of collapse, but also ones that can be restored, that you're needing this time to really go within and kind of work on some areas and details that you have been neglecting. And that will make room for, let's talk about the shadow. So we're going to read from the shadow deck. Oh, wow. That one just flipped up and it's kind of weird. Interesting. I've been pulling that a lot too. Some of you guys are getting some, it must be the Scorpio, but I've got the card the Magi. So just remember that you are magic and so forth. Tap into your magical self. Within the shadow is some magic energy. Okay. And I've also got the card Paradox. So sometimes that's certain things that just don't seem to go together and they're ironic in some way and so forth. So I look at that. I feel like a breakthrough is going to take place when these things clash. And then, of course, the card, the alchemist and stuff, transmuting some of these energies. I've been talking about people today, you know, some of the negative into the positive and so forth, that this is going to be one of your tasks to do over the month and so forth. And then let's pull from this one. I'm drawn to that one. Okay, so I've got the card protection. So know that you are being protected during this time, you know, from any kind of unwanted energies and so forth. I feel Spirit's going to try to shield you from that because there's a lot of inner work that you need to do. So they don't want you to be overwhelmed. They want you to get to the core issues of what you need to tend to. And then I also get the clarity card. So after we stop overthinking everything with the racing thoughts and the worry and everything, when you kind of slow it down and when you kind of meditate on things, you will get clarity with your situation and start seeing things more clearly. And things won't be as obscure. Like when we're overthinking too much, we're not seeing clearly. And also one of the things is you may feel the need to set some boundaries during this time. And notice when she's got this nice little boundary here, she's at peace. She's got that beautiful light, that good crown chakra energy is connected during that time and everything. So definitely with the month, really connecting to the spiritual self. There is definitely a call to be able to do that, to really kind of reconnect and go within, connect to the spiritual center. Okay, that is definitely critical to the point. Now, in some relationships, we could take a break, but some, if they're actually hindering everything, we got to walk away. This will be the month it's like, no matter what, I got to get back on the journey. I feel some of you have been postponing some of your spiritual journey for a little bit there. When I'm kind of tuning in, and we can't do that. We got to keep the momentum going. We got to always be on it. There are certain things we can't take a break from. And the spiritual journey, we just can't. We don't want to do that. We got to keep our spirit going. I do hope you enjoyed my read.